course, who doesn't want comfort and luxury at its best? It is Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. And any time that you feel you need to enjoy your life, you need to enjoy life with family, with friends, Protea Hotel by Marriott is the place to be. They do have a swimming pool, a health club, a fully fledged kitchen with all continental cuisines and every other kind of food you can think about, as well as snacks. They do host parties, weddings, giveaways, and of course any other function you can think of. And also they do have sleeping in case you want to spend the night with your friends and family at Protea Hotel by Marriott. It is located next to the airport in Entebbe town. My name is Nowamani. You're welcome for Issues at Hand this morning, where we discuss issues affecting us communally, socially, economically, politically, spiritually, educational, inspirational, and all those other topics. Now today we are going to look at safety, just like we did last week on Friday. We are continuing with the conversation, and the same guests with me in studio, Superintendent of Police Kentaro Patricia, as Kentaro Pamela. I don't know why I keep calling you Patricia. But Superintendent of Police Kentaro Patricia, as well as from UNRA, Sarah and Nduhukire. You guys are very welcome once again.
Thank you, Karen.
You can say hi to the viewers, then we start the conversation.
Okay. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Family TV. Again, Sarah Nduhukire, like she has explained, is my name. I work with the Uganda National Roads Authority as a traffic and road safety officer.
Thank you.
Grateful to be here once again.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Pamela.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Superintendent of Police Kentaro Pamela. Like, I've gotten a third name, Patricia. I'm glad to be here once again. I work as the legal officer in the Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety.
Thank you. All right, you guys are very welcome. Last week we stopped the conversation somewhere critical, and we wanted to continue from there, since today is the launch of Fika Salama Extra. Fika Salama was launched in 2016 by UNRA in partnership with the Uganda Police in order to make sure that drivers on the road are doing a very good job and are driving safe, because it is one thing to drive carelessly, it's another thing to lose your life. And so we are saying that we are bringing these sensitizations to the media, so that if you are a driver out there, you know what to expect this time around with Fika Salama Extra that has been launched today around the whole country. Now, of course, it is going to be manned by the Uganda Police Force, particularly traffic police, and they will be making sure that all drivers have licenses, all drivers have insurance, and all those other things that they check for in case you are a driver on the road. But also they will be telling us about how a pedestrian should be carrying themselves on the road, I believe. But I'd like to start with Sarah Nduhukire from UNRA to share with us what UNRA's vision actually is as an entity of government.
Thank you so much. Once again, we thank God for we are here. We don't take it for granted always. Yes, last time I shared our mission, which was to efficiently develop and maintain a safe road network across the country. We also have our vision, which goes as it's a great road, it's a great user experience, and it's 20,000 kilometers of first class roads by 2025. That is our vision. Okay. That is our target. And currently we are somewhere, we are about 6,133 kilometers of paved. I'm talking about paved that we've so far achieved. Yes, there is when you compute that, I think we are about 30% about our mission, which is expiring in 2025. But we are optimistic that once factors of that contribute to this constant funds are there, we shall achieve. Maybe we set an unrealistic target, but we are positive that everyone in UNRA is pushing to achieve that. Okay. So basically that is it, 20,000 kilometers of paved section by end of 2025 is our
vision. But do you think it's achievable now that we're in 2023 and it's wrapping up? We only have 1 year to go, and then we shall be in 2025.
Yeah, we are still positive that it is achievable. Like I said, it also depends on many factors that contribute to it. If we have funds, if we have resources at hand, trust us, we will deliver. But like I said, also it's not that we are relaxed, but when you're setting these targets, you need to stretch yourself. So even if maybe we don't really hit 100% of it, at least we should be above, above the average, which is not bad.
All right. Okay, so let me ask Pamela. When we were last here, we had some statistics from police, and I'm just wondering what is happening now on the roads between Friday and today. Do we have any changes as per drivers following the road safety rules and regulations, or do we need the Fika Salama extra indeed?
Thank you. Yeah, we still need the Fika Salama extra operation, which is going to go on. For now, the periods are a bit indefinite. Last week we started with a drink drive operation. Although we had so many skeptics over that, but a couple of people were netted in that operation, and that we were trying to test the waters, but on ground the operation began, and it is going to be incorporated in our daily operations as traffic police. So we are not about to back down, because like I said last week, the statistics are not good. As of January to June this year, losing 2,042 people is not a small figure. So if we are at that figure halfway the year, if we are to maybe go by the same figure multiplied by 2, that means we shall lose almost 5,000 people, and that's a very big number. So we are intensifying operations, because as traffic police, we are looking at reducing the number of fatalities and severity of injuries by 10% by the end of this year. So that means, of course, we don't expect that change to be immediate, but it's going to go in tandem, reducing the number of fatalities and the severity of injuries. Because when the crashes occur, we can minimize the severity of injuries through compliance with the law, as we shall discuss later. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. When I was coming, I noticed the two lead causes of accidents, and that's careless overtaking and speeding. I witnessed it. I don't know why Ugandans like to be very fast on the roads, but it is getting to a point where I don't know if this Fika Salama extra is really going to help us, because I personally witnessed it, and I believe you as well. When you were coming, you witnessed that some people just want to run on the roads, and we are asking, why is it that people love overtaking and carelessly, even not following the overtaking rules? That's why today we've decided to talk about the rules of overtaking. When are you supposed to overtake on the road in case you are a driver, and how are you supposed to do it? Sarah, what is the criteria for overtaking?
Yeah, thank you, Carol. Even from last week when we were here, the statistics clearly showed that careless overtaking is the leading cause of accidents, cause of these 2,042 lives that are lost just in the period of 6 months, January to June 2023. So again, we are targeting all our actions to address these top root causes of many accidents happening. And between me and you, like you've witnessed, people, I think to me, one is we are in a rush. We don't plan our journeys. We are here to tell every Ugandan, every road user, that it's high time you plan your activity. If you know that really we're needed here by 9 sharp, and then I stay somewhere in Chanja, and in 30 minutes it's when I wake up and say I have to be in the studio, how will I drive on that road? I'll be mad, I'll be reckless, I'll drive badly. So I think most of these are attributed to our poor planning. Allow me to use that word. We don't plan our journeys. So let's start planning our journeys. If you know you're needed somewhere, give it ample time. Other than waking up late and then you're putting everyone at stake. a few who are privileged, they have drivers. At times these drivers, they are also human beings, but when you come in and you're the boss, you're the principal, and you're telling me I have to be in parliament, I'm using it as an example, I have to be in office by 8, and you've entered at 40 minutes to 8, and you stay 30-40 kilometers away from the office, then you're bound to make errors. Now, overtaking, it is a process. Another thing where even people want to overtake, they don't know where they should overtake. They overtake in risky points, in risk areas. I love what they are projecting, they are displaying. So that picture shows unsafe places to overtake. One of them is zebra crossings. Last time I think we agreed that we are changing this to pedestrian crossing facilities. So if you know that you are approaching a zebra crossing or pedestrian crossing, then why again try to overtake? Because there are people crossing, the pedestrians are crossing. Another one is on top of the hill. These people who are move with long distances along the highway. You see, it is a hill. You don't know what is coming from the opposite side because you're on a hill, and someone just decides to overtake. If you're doing that, you're doing a wrong thing. You shouldn't overtake at a hill. Another one from the display is bend with no overtaking markings. Last Friday, Carol, if you can remember, we clearly showed people that road markings, this is the only way you can communicate with the road. And where you have one solid in the middle of the line, that yellow line, one solid line continuous, or even when there are two, it's now emphasizing the point that at that point it's very dangerous. But it is so shameful how motorists, they are always in a curve or in a corner, but people want to overtake at that point. Your visibility is impaired, is limited. You cannot see ahead what is coming. So please, we are telling you, avoid overtaking at those areas at a sharp bend. From that picture that they are displaying, sharp bend, you will not be able to see what is coming ahead. So please, sharp bend, top of the hill, at the junctions, at the markings with no overtaking, at the railway crossing within Kampala, it is very risky for you to come with your mind that you want to overtake. So let's divorce. If we can get these areas and wherever you are, you gauge and know that there's a junction here, why should you overtake? Those are spots, those are unsafe places to overtake from. Now, there is also a procedure if you're going to overtake, because we are not saying don't overtake. If you're careful and you've done it at the right place, you will do it safely and go back. But also remember, last week we said in Uganda, when drivers, we keep left. So after you overtake, if you overtake a car, please go back to the left and stay that side. But there are these steps that you should also follow. You should make sure that the road is clear ahead of you in case you want to make that decision of overtaking. And then you should make sure that the car behind you has not started overtaking. Some drivers, I don't know how we are, but you see a car behind you has indicated to you that it wants to overtake, and then you also do what? You also now accelerate and say, let me over. So I think let's avoid that conflict. If you've checked behind, a car has already indicated to you that it is intending to overtake, please give it space. Then also we have to make sure that the vehicle ahead is not overtaking another vehicle. When you're a driver, by the way, you're not only driving your car, you're driving about 5 other vehicles. So you have to be with a sober mind. That's what police actually is checking us. Are we intoxicated? Because you're not only in your car, you're driving about 5 vehicles. The one coming opposite, the one following you, the one is entering the road, the one you're in. There are more than 5 vehicles. And then in Kampala of ours, you're also adding borders from all corners. You have to be driving those ones as well. So if you concentrate and say, my car is here, this is the right thing I should be doing, then we are going to see these statistics, keep shooting. And then before you overtake, you should also make sure that there's suitable gap in front of you that you'll go back to. Because we said in Uganda, we keep left. So after you've overtaken a vehicle, kindly do what? Kindly go back to the left. If we do those ones, we are more likely to indicate. There's something I forgot, very important. Indicate. to the other road users your intention of overtaking, but you're following a car out of blue, you see him just swiping and going to overtake. That is very dangerous. So let's watch out for this. Let's watch out overtaking procedures and the spots where we shouldn't overtake. If we do that, we are bound to be safe road users. Yes.
So you're saying overtaking is allowed?
Yes.
But when and where matters.
Well, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Let me move to Pamela. What is police doing about the people who want to overtake carelessly? What is the? It's an offense, and what does police do about it?
Yes. First, it is an offense. Secondly, when police gets you, you will either be given a fine under the EPS procedure or be taken to court. Although these days under the Fika Salama extra approach, we are arraigning the suspects to court, because we're going an extra mile in the way we are dealing with road safety issues. However, the challenge we have is that the road users, especially motorists, will only comply with the road signages or with the discipline of the road when they see either a police officer in the vicinity, or when they anticipate that there's a point where there's some static checkpoints, rather roadblocks that we have. So they'll slow down and immediately they go past that point, then they will drive according to what is convenient for them, yet it contravenes the law. But what I would like to caution is that as you take those decisions, or as you want to drive because police is present, unfortunately the same police that will not be in that place where you're taking reckless decisions will be the same police to come and pick you up either when you're dead or when your limb is in shatters. So let it be something we take up upon ourselves, that even where police is not visible or where police is not, you still have an obligation to drive in a safe manner and to comply with what the law requires of you on the road. Yes.
Okay. Police operations took place last week, I think, in preparation for what is going to start today. Fika Salama is a Swahili word that means reach safely where you're going, and that is what police is targeting, to make sure that you reach safely as a driver wherever you will be going. However, there are some drivers who have decided that for them, they're not going to follow the rules at all costs, and that is what Fika Salama Extra is going to deal with. Police has already prepared in the whole country. These operations are going to be carried out to curb drivers who do not want to follow the rules, drunk drivers, as well as people who don't have licenses. And of course, we are looking at Fika Salama in detail, and we would like you to shed more light on what exactly is going to happen, the process in which police is going to carry it out. Pamela, sorry.
Okay. First, I request I first highlight the statistics we have so far of last week, because we compile these statistics on a weekly basis. So in the week of 12th to 19th August, we had a total number of 437 crashes in 1 week. Then 74 of these were fatal. Fatal means there were deaths as a result of the crashes. What I'd also like to say is that we changed the nomenclature from accident to crashes, because an accident is a foreseeable event. Yes. And because we are by the time you're given a driver's license, you're deemed to be in charge of your stable mental capacity. Definitely that you can comprehend the results of your actions. So it cannot happen suddenly from what is happening. There's a very big foreseeability element in the driver behavior. So that's why we changed from using the word accident to crashes. Okay. So still to the statistics of last week, of the 437 total crashes, 224 crashes were serious, and 124 were minor. So to break it down further, of the 437 crashes, we had 428 victims. So of that 428 victims, 87 died, they passed on. And in those crashes, 40 involved motorcycles, 11 were passengers, 29 of them were riders and 25 of them were pedestrians. So we are seeing that the high risk mode of transport we have now is boda, because like I explained the other time, the exposure. So we have, still it goes back to the fact that we have non-compliance with the law. Even where someone would have sustained an injury, instead perishes due to probably was not wearing a crash helmet in a proper way. He was carrying more than one passenger. The law prohibits carrying more than one passenger, because in the event of making a maneuver that can save your life, you cannot because of that extra weight. So it impedes your ability to maneuver. So as traffic police, now these statistics guide our enforcement mechanisms or measures and interventions. That is why we have started with Fika Salama. We have come up with Fika Salama Extra together with UNRA. And last week we started with the drink driving, because when you are intoxicated, you have your level of comprehending the use of the motor vehicle, motorcycle reduces, meaning that you're not only a threat to yourself, but also the other innocent, law-abiding road users. That's where you find that the number of crashes sometimes is small, but then you have very many victims, because for a motorcycle that will probably make a very dangerous maneuver on the road, say a taxi carrying 14 passengers has to apply instant brakes, then the car rolls over, so the 14 either die or sustain injuries due to the cause of one person. That's what happens with drink driving. So, but we are going to roll out more and more measures, but still guided by the statistics. We cannot have, we cannot say that this and this will be the particular mode of addressing these statistics, but they will evolve depending on what comes out of the meetings we are holding in to curb the road carnage that is happening.
All right. 400 crashes in just 1 week. That is a very big number. And I'm imagining 36 million Ugandans. If 400 crashes happened every week, and then over 80 deaths happened every week, I don't know where we would be in maybe 2 years or so, because this can also greatly reduce the population. And so the road safety is not only about, coming here and talking about these things. It's about implementation out there, that when you're a driver, you know that you can lose your life at any moment, because the roads are safe if you drive carefully, but they are not safe if you want to overspeed and carelessly overtake other vehicles. Sarah, the 400 crashes that happened last week and over 80 deaths, that's a very big number.
Unfortunately, yes, it is a big number.
That's a very big number. And my question would be, what's UNRA's mandate in the Fika Salama? What's UNRA's role in the Fika Salama Extra that has been launched today by Uganda Police? Okay,
thank you so much, Karen. Yeah, that statistics, it's not getting any better, and I think every stakeholder should really come up and discuss this issue at hand, and not only discuss it but act the discussion. So our role in this, last time I also remember I shared with you that the 4 E's in road safety, and one of them was engineering. And in this engineering is where I told you it is a 90% mandate of Uganda National Roads Authority. So we have to make sure that our roads are safe, are forgiving. We have to make sure that signs are there, because if they are not there, then there is no way road users will know what to do at any point. We have to make sure that road markings are in place, but also by our mandate, we have some things that we can do with Uganda Police Force, with Ministry of Works, with Ministry of Health. All those are the major stakeholders in this Fika Salama Extra operation. So our mandate is majorly making sure that the roads are forgiving. I know there are some roads that are not forgiving, and there is also a justification for that, but that justification cannot really be equivalent to lives lost on that road. So the government is not seated, is trying to look for all resources that are needed to improve on some of these road networks where the situation is bad. But by and large, most of the tarmac roads that I told you about are motorable, in good shape, but it is the usability now that becomes a challenge. Again, I don't want to take you far. Most Kampala people here, most of them have gotten a chance of driving at the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway. And like we shared, and statistics will also show you there, that people are overspeeding on that road. Last time I was clear when I said the maximum speed limit at the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway is 100 kilometers per hour. But I want in your engagements with someone whom you're seated near, if he's a driver, ask them what speed do they drive at the express. Everyone will tell you, Sarah, that road is nice, I cannot just be at 100, and there's a reason we put 100 for you. That is, and we again, I will repeat this, we are not saying go for the maximum. Avoid that maximum. Be lower than 100 kilometers per hour. So to us, to the statistics and the probable cause, we see that engineering is not a major factor in this. It contributes a very small percentage in, according to the crashes that we register. There is, yes, a percentage there, but it is very minimal. And the biggest percentage is human error. When you visit Pamela's record, suppose they are clear, they show you people who have died, causes. So so that's why we said, let's come together and first handle this human error that is contributing to this. And that's why you see us now engaging public, sensitizing them on how best they can use this road. Maybe the speeds, maybe again people don't know. Like I said, we also have a challenge whereby we put signs guiding motorists, and in a week's time we find these signs are vandalized. So there is always also a disclaimer that your roads are not marked, they are not guiding. But also, okay, that is a challenge that we are addressing as well as UNRA and other stakeholders, to know who are these people removing road signs. We are trying to come up also with maybe a less attractive material. Perhaps steel, we use steel for these signs, is more attractive, say maybe to the industry of scrap and everything. So the government is looking at the alternative material that is less attractive, but it comes with a cost, So we are here as UNRA saying, we are not seated, we are saying we'll team up with other stakeholders and come and also sensitize people, because it's us who implement those roads, it's us who put signs and road. So that means we understand them more than another road user, and that's why we are here sensitizing people, joining other forces to sensitize people. But like even if on a road network the signs have been removed, let's say, as a driver, if you went for driving, we know that you should be knowing that in a built-up section, you shouldn't go above 50 kilometers. This is clear. No one should tell you this. As long as you went for driving lessons, as long as you got your permit in a manner that is allowed in this country. You should also know that most roads, up-country roads, when you're on a highway, the maximum speed there is always about 70 or 80 kilometers. The different one is Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, where we have 100. And that one is always, we keep, repeating it because it's a new development. So we are here to join other forces that is sensitizing masses on what's happening. We are here telling people, if you do this, you would have broken this law, and as an entity, we are also allowed to take you to court. We have vehicles that are overloaded, and maybe, Carol, you may not know, but we also take care of, we have web bridges in this country, and these web bridges are there to make sure that, to protect our roads. Because if you construct a road, it has a lifespan to live. So if you leave a few individuals to come and they are overloaded, that means the weight on that road is going to be high and it may not achieve its lifespan. So as UNRA, that's how we come in. We try to control, to protect our roads so that they can reach their lifespan. But also we are here, not only the roads, we are more concerned about lives, not the roads.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Imagining why somebody would overspeed the limit is 100 and you want to maximize and also drive at 100, especially for the express highway. If the limit is 100, why not go at least to 80? Why do you go to the maximum? Why must you maximize and finish all the kilometers that have been put, or the speed limits that have been put? My opinion or my thinking would be, you don't reach the speed limit, or you don't reach the maximum. Like, for example, the 100, it's 100 kilometers per hour. Yes, and you can go to about 80 just to protect your life. But I'd like to understand, because now we are going to have people falling in the bad books of police, and we would like to highlight what are those things from Pamela, what are those things that drivers will do that will get them in the bad books of police this time of Fika Salama.
Thank you. The behaviors that will get drivers in bad books of police are still the same. It's only that we've stepped out now. We've stepped up on the way we are going to punish. We are going to choose how to punish the offenders, because, for example, the law requires a driver to possess a copy of a valid driver's license. So if you do not have that, you'll be punished. So the offenses have not changed. The punishment is what is going to, the mode of punishing is what is going to change. Previously, if we've been intensifying on issuing express penalty scheme tickets, but this time we shall inconvenience you a little and take you to court. I know sometimes court doesn't sit at the moment you are arrested. It may be the following day, as long as they don't exceed 48 hours before you are arraigned in court. So you may find yourself in our custody for a day or two to your inconvenience because of something you could have avoided. So that is now where the approach is going to be very different, because still going back to the statistics, it seems what we've been doing is not helping us to achieve the reduction of 10% we are aiming at. So we have to do something differently and test the waters whether it will help us achieve those the reduction. Yes. Okay,
thank you so much. And the fines, I'd like you to highlight. Yes, last time you highlighted how much people are going to be paying, in what circumstance, but could you highlight it again?
Usually when a suspect is arraigned in court, it is now at the discretion of the judicial officer. For example, the recent amendment in the Traffic and Road Safety Act, where the fine for speeding was increased to 2 million. But the 2 million is the upper cap, it's upper ceiling. So the judicial officer has the discretion to even maybe give you, to fine you probably 1,500,000, and can also choose to give you a fine in addition to serving a prison sentence. So even the judicial officers, those are also the other stakeholders who are going to come on board. At some point, we realize that you will realize a uniform kind of punishment, probably where it is a combination of both a fine and a prison sentence, because we need to step up the way we are to reduce these very saddening statistics. Yeah.
So the offenses that Fika Salama is targeting are
we can actually throw more light there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that the offenses in a layman's language that each one of us can understand. It is speeding. If you're driving above the prescribed speed limit, you will land in her hands. If you're drunk, it's drinking, drink and driving. If you're drunk and you're driving, definitely they will curb you. Me, I'm cheating exams, right? Pamela, you'll forgive me. We have wrong overtaking. I think this we've seen it. Wrong overtaking, like we explained, if you're overtaking at a wrong place, they will curb you. If you don't have valid driving permit or license, they will get you. And also, if you violate traffic lights, you know it has put red for you, you want to proceed. So, and other things, you know, that police look at your tires. At times, yes, you may not be a mechanical engineer to tell that, but you look at the car, it's really, the outside shows it's in dangerous mechanical condition. Tires are worn out, your window screens have cracks, your lights are not working. So I think we shall land in hands of Fika Salama extra enforcers if we don't look at those ones. So I think those are the major, which actually, like she says, everyone knows.
Okay.
These are the things police, when they stop us, these are the things they look at,
Okay.
among others.
Among other things. All right. We are still talking about the Fika Salama Extra that was launched by police today. And of course, it is an operation that is going to see you driving home safely and getting other road users also to be safe on the road. We also have pedestrians as road users, and we will be looking at how exactly they are supposed to carry themselves on the road and which side they're supposed to walk on, actually. And that will be after a very short break that we are taking right now. Don't go away. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. If you're looking for comfort and luxury at its best, it is Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. You're welcome back to Issues at Hand. We are still here discussing road safety. Of course, last time I told you we need roads for almost everything. We need roads to get to work. We need roads to go see our loved ones, to go see our projects, to go to the farms. We use roads every day and everywhere and anywhere, but some of the people abuse these roads, and that is exactly what we are focusing on today. How exactly are you supposed to treat yourself, to carry yourself on the road, especially if you are a driver? But also there is a group of people called pedestrians. These are the people who walk on the roads. They don't drive, they don't use motorcycles, they are just walking. They are called pedestrians, and of course we want to look at how exactly they are supposed to carry themselves on the road. And I would ask Sarah what you expect a pedestrian to carry themselves as on the road, and which side of the road they should walk on.
Thank you so much. I will start with the saying that all of us are potential pedestrians. All of us are potential pedestrians. Even if you had a vehicle at one point, I had to park it down here and I had to walk, and I crossed the road and I came in. Equally, so we are all pedestrians. So how should we walk? And those things that we do there that put our lives at stake. We have what we call footpath. You know, on some roads we have footpath, whereas on some roads it's not there. That I can acknowledge. But at least there is always a shoulder. You know, so we always encourage the pedestrians, if you're walking along the road, to use that shoulder. But in an event that the road has a footpath, please use that. You'll find people are competing with the traffic in the middle, and yet there is a provision for them. You know, you'll find that we've provided the pedestrian crossings, like a flyover crossing, a bridge, like Nakawa and other points, a zebra crossing, like Pamela put it. At times, people do things that they choose to do. Preference, they prefer doing it here than the right position. So, in an event where we've provided for you a crossing facility, cross from that point, gazetted point, not anywhere else. If you're walking and that road you're walking on has a footpath, make sure you're at the extreme side of that road. But most important also, what I want to say is where we have a footpath on that shoulder, how should you conduct yourself? In a simplistic way, walk while you're facing the oncoming traffic, either way. You know, in Uganda we keep left, right?
Yes.
Pamela, I think we keep right.
We keep
left, sorry. So if you're walking, you walk on the right, so that you're able to see that oncoming traffic. From that projection, you can see where we have a tick in green. This lady is walking facing the traffic, so that she can see and she can decide what to do. In case a car loses control, you should be able to see it coming to you, and you can seek refuge, you can run away. But imagine the other lady where there is an X. She's walking, her back is the traffic, she's giving her back to the oncoming traffic. So even if the vehicle lost control there or something happened, she will not be able, because for her she's walking, giving her back to the traffic. So she will not easily tell and make a right decision. But this other one, she's able to see the oncoming traffic, and anything wrong, she will take off for her life. So that's how we should walk on the road. Make sure you're facing the oncoming traffic for you to make any decision. Yes, and this we are here encouraging our children, especially now that they are back home. parents, please, because we have tendency of sending them, you know, you've not given them company, you know, they are kids, you send them to the shops, they have to go and let's be respected, let's be parents, like the parent word suggests. Don't send these kids because at times they go on playing along the road and things go in a mess. When schools resume, I want you to be keen. We have sections where we have school zones, you know, and if you see how kids walk, our children walk along those roads, they walk in a wrong way. They are praying, they are giving their backs to the oncoming traffic. So parents also, why we are here saying sensitizing, want you to teach our children that if they are walking along the road, they should be able to see the oncoming traffic so that they can dodge anything that will hurt them. So, and we have many, the road markings I shared were not for only by the motorists. If you saw where we've put for you dotted line, center line, and it's dotted. Remember I said it's always on a straight. So for motorists, they know at that point they can overtake, you know, if it is safe to do so. Me, if I were a pedestrian, I will avoid such areas because anytime you see a dotted line dividing that road, you know here speed is high, because people have visibility. So as a pedestrian, if you know, you should look for areas where overtaking is prohibited, you know, by road marking. There is a chance that here you're safe because you don't expect any car to be overtaking. So basically, that's how we should walk on the roads. If they are children, encourage them to be walking in a file, in a group, you know, not one by one. They can come together and walk along, facing the oncoming traffic. And if we do that, I think we would be saving on some lives that are lost through this careless walking. The phone usage. At times we are blaming drivers, but at times as pedestrians. Imagine those ladies from, again, that picture being showed. I think it is really not safe for you to be walking and you're on phone. And now for us, the youth, we've taken it to another level. You're wearing the headsets. So even when the vehicle, the border is hooting at you, informing you of a danger, you're on music. You will not hear anything. And what happens? You will land a victim. Drink and driving is, now this is drink and walking. For drivers, it will be drink and driving, right? But for pedestrians, we are drunk. Most of pedestrians also, at times, they go drink. And when they drink, they come and start staggering along the road. What do you expect? So what we are telling drivers, actually, it can easily, you know, come to pedestrians. If you're on the road, make sure you're sober. You can only be sober when you're not drunk. You can only be sober when your senses are all alert. But the moment you put on headsets, then your senses, you've shut down some of your senses and you will be vulnerable. Anything can happen to you. And remember, I said we are all potential pedestrians. So let's watch out a few things and be responsible pedestrians as well. Thank you.
Okay. Pamela, anything you'd like to add to the pedestrians?
She has exhausted it.
Okay, let's go to you highlighting some of the ways you expect people to behave in this on the roads in this Fika Salama Extra.
Thank you once again. The operation is what is different, but the laws have not changed. However, I'd like to highlight that that the behavior of road users in our country is dependent on the is dependent on the presence of police in that particular area. We have the UN standards, the United Nations standards, the ratio of police to the civilian population. The standard is 1 police officer to 450 citizens. However, in East Africa, it's about 1 officer to more than 1,000. So that translates the fact that we do not have the numbers. So if you're going to wait, if your compliance with the law is going to be tagged to the presence of a police officer in that area, then you have it wrong already. And also, if you do that, if you continue that way, as most do, the same police officer you're trying to elude or pretending to comply with the requirements that they are looking out for will be the same police to come and pick you up when the worst happens. And who loses at the end of it? In as much as we are doing our best, we also request for compliance on the part of the road users of the different categories. Let us work hand in hand to reduce these statistics, and we shall achieve.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think let's end with the road furniture. Now, there are these road signs that we always see on roads, and many a times we've seen them, they've been knocked down. Or, for example, the rails that are put, the guardrails that are put on the roads. Many a times we've passed those roads, and that furniture has been vandalized. And today I get to learn that when you vandalize that such a signpost or such a rail, you are actually obliged to pay it back. And of course, Sarah is going to tell us more about that.
Thank you. Yes, it's called road furniture protection activity, which is also majorly a mandate of UNRA, but we can only achieve it when we are with Uganda Police Force. So we are still together in that. So what happens? Why are we hard on people who are knocking road furniture? This road furniture, maybe let me break it down. It is anything you see on the road that is helping the situation. We're talking about the guardrails. You know, why do we put these guardrails? We put these guardrails to protect an errant driver, or to protect even pedestrians. If you're walking, because where we put guardrails, it has a cut. There's that deep cut that if we don't protect you, you're more likely to fall in. So that's why I said we provide forgiving roads. So when you come and find those guardrails, guarding you, because it has some energy that even if you crash, if you came at a low speed, and it has capacity to put you back on the road, unless you're at high terrific speed. That's when you go through. So we are saying because of this human recklessness in us, government doesn't have those resources to keep improving or to keep repressing what we've damaged. We've intentionally damaged it, because if you were at low speeds, you would not have damaged it. Or if you were not on phone and driving, your senses would be proper, would drive without damaging. Or if you are not drunk, you would not have rammed in those guardrails. So the essence is not punishing people. The essence is we want you to put back what you've damaged. And the process is simple. When you've gotten in that crash you've caused, if you've also knocked a road furniture, signs are part of the road furniture, street lights are part of the road furniture. We will inform police that comes on ground, will tell you you've damaged the road furniture and the UNRA is interested in this. And then you know what we do? We work with police and tell them this is what he has damaged, it costs so much. And the process is simple. We don't want your money as the government. The government doesn't want your money. We need you to replace or to replace what you damaged, so that other road users are going to benefit because they paid tax for it. So what we tell you is, we tell you you've damaged this is the standard we want, and we will supervise the standard that you put. And we tell you, go, and if you know a contractor who can fix it, we have a list of contractors. But in case you're not interested in our contractors and you think maybe there's connivance there, we give you a chance to go and look for your own contractor and bring him on the ground. And a UNRA technical team in that region will be there to supervise his works. And after that, we'll give a certificate that what you've done meets the standards. And we close the matter. Okay. That's as simple as that. We're not interested in your money. Also, we are here to say government doesn't have resources to keep repressing what you've come and damaged out of that reckless action that you took.
But how will you know that somebody X is the one who damaged it?
Oh, that is simple. These people, Uganda Police Force is always there. These are cases that you see, I knocked here, police got to me. So what we've done, we are amending their charge that also add road furniture, because they are the first people to go on the site and they see you've also damaged this. So they will accuse you of the traffic offenses you've done, but in addition, they will inform us, UNRA, we have a culprit here who also knock the street light, and then we follow it up like that way. But important thing is we are not interested in your money. We are interested in you putting back what you damaged, so that Sarah and Pamela also can benefit out of it. As simple as that.
All right. I think let's wrap the show up from here. We are launching Fika Salama Extra today, and I think Pamela will have to be on her way to go and carry out those operations. Let me hear from Sarah first. Your last words.
To Fika Salama, let's comply. If you have been watching us, we are not only watching but everywhere. If you do the right things, you will not be a victim. All I can say is we have human beings there watching you, we have cameras there watching you, and these are not only fixed cameras, we also have mobile cameras. In case you want to be a stubborn one, we will still get you, and we are doing it to save your life and also to save the lives of others. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pamela, any last words?
I appeal to the general public that let us work hand in hand, or it is manageable. We can reduce these statistics if we, but incidentally they leave the work to only police, to only UNRA, but we can work hand in hand. Let us be careful as road users so that we do not become part of the statistics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My take home will be that we've had over 400 crashes just this week. From last Monday to now, 400 crashes and over 80 deaths in that. And if we keep up with these statistics, trust me, we are set to lose our loved ones, to lose our friends, to lose our family if they are not careful on the roads. Today was a road safety day, and the launch of Fika Salama Extra by Uganda Police. Fika Salama is a Swahili word that simply means reach home safely, or reach safely wherever you're going, and that's exactly their target, to make sure that you and I reach safely to wherever we're going. Pedestrians, remember that you also have a part to play, motorists as well as motorcyclists. My name is Nowamani. Thank you so much for watching Issues at Hand. It's been a very lovely show. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.